And I'll give you 3.7 trillion reasons why the Fed pivoted. The Federal Reserve reporting that Q4 household net worth fell by $3.7 trillion in the fourth quarter to $104.3 trillion. It was the largest drop in net worth since the financial crisis. The value of corporate equities owned directly and indirectly dropping by $4.6 trillion. There was a very slight rise in real estate prices, real estate values. Now, let's take a look at the magnitude of this. These are the biggest net worth declines going back at least to 2000. You can see Q4 2008. Now, a little bit more than half, Q4 2018, and there's 2011. So I don't know if it was the change in the outlook or the drop in stock, Scott, but you can see that was a huge decline in the value of equities and a change in net worth that I think really was a big reason why the Fed changed its policy.
Yeah, I would comment from Jeffrey Sherman. It's good. I mean, this is why it's prudent and okay, and the markets matter to the Fed.
They do, and we learned that throughout the entire financial crisis. And I think the biggest question is, do we ever actually get out of this? Remember, quantitative easing is not unprecedented. Japan had done it multiple times, but no one's ever actually unwound it. The ECB tried back in 2012. They let a little bit of the balance sheet run off, but effectively no one's done it on a big magnitude. And so this is the unprecedented policy. This is why the Fed needs to be a bit cautious going into this. And look, the markets are going to drive the policy of the Fed at the end of the day because they're looking forward, where the Fed in general is looking backwards on the data set they have.
This does sort of,
Jeff,
Steve. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Jeff, be a little bit careful with that, Jeff. What we're talking about here, and I think the reason why this data is important, is big changes in markets, I would suggest, can drive policy of the Fed. Smaller changes, maybe not so much. And I think it's also worth throwing into the pot here. The market has gained back a lot. I don't know. The guys around the table may know all or some or most of what it lost. So we'll see if the economic forecast changes as well. But in terms of what was lost in Q4, it looks like a big chunk of it's been gained back in Q1 of this year.